I would like to call to order the Winthrop School Committee meeting of Monday, March 11th, 2024. This meeting is being held in the Harvey Hearing Room at the Town Hall, 1 Metcalf Square, and it is being televised live. May I have the roll call, please?
Mr. Leonard? Mr. Lettieri?
Yeah.
Mr. Matucci?
Yeah.
Ms. Petrie? Here. Purinton?
Present.
Ms. Barry?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Present. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Berry, can you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have public comment tonight? Yes.
I just, two things. One is,
I'm sorry, can you come to the mic and please identify yourself?
I'm sorry, what?
Identify yourself.
Oh, Suzanne Swope, Precinct 4.
And you can come to the mic if you want.
This seems so silly. Okay, first of all, I will be watching for your budget, and if you need to talk to me or anybody else on town council, please don't hesitate. I know Lisa won't hesitate to give us a call. My daughter insisted I develop a Facebook page. I think I'm the only one on it, so in case you need to get hold of me by Facebook, you can give that a try. I don't know if I'll get back to you or not, but I do the best I can. As you know, there's lots of things going on in the town and a lot of issues about money. So that's why I just wanted to come and say, please, 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 I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you so I can be an advocate for the work that you do.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, go back, sit down.
You can go back and sit down. We have no delegates or visitors tonight. I will note that we will be addressing the school improvement plans starting next week. We needed to have a little more time to get those into the shape that we want them to be in. So we'll be doing the middle school and the high school next week at our next meeting, and at the meeting following, we'll be doing the elementary schools. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of February 26, 2024?
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Ms. Berry, second by Ms. Petrie. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Motion passes. May I have a motion for warrant SVW 24-14 in the amount of $268,329.32?
Motion.
Second?
Motion by Mr. Puritan, second by Ms. Berry. Any discussion? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Lettieri?
Abstain.
Mr. Matucci?
Yes.
Ms. Petrie?
Yes.
Mr. Purinton?
Yes.
Ms. Barry?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes. May I have a motion for payroll warrant SPW 24-18 in the amount of $880,029.19?
Motion? Second?
Motion by Ms. Petrie, second by Ms. Berry. Any discussion? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Lettieri?
Abstain.
Mr. Matucci?
Abstain.
Ms. Petrie?
Yes.
Mr. Purinton?
Yes.
Ms. Barry?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes. May I have a motion for a budget transfer in the amount of $692.03?
Motion.
Second?
Motion by Mr. Lettieri, second by Ms. Petrie. Any discussion? Hearing none, can I have a roll call? We'll do because it's money.
Mr. Lettieri?
Yes.
Mr. Matucci?
Yes.
Ms. Petrie?
Yes.
Mr. Purinton?
Yes.
Ms. Barry?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes. And I would like to vote to accept commission checks from the O'Connor Studios in the amount of $6,067.76.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Lettieri, second by Mr. Purinton. Any discussion?
Yes.
Yes.
What's the bonus? What's that? What is that?
The picture company, like the schools all
The-
use.
Okay, very good,
Yes.
thanks.
That's a combined from all the different schools.
Great.
Any other discussion? Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Lettieri?
Yes.
Mr. Matucci?
Yes.
Ms. Petrie?
Yes.
Mr. Purinton?
Yes.
Ms. Barry?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes. Under Buildings and Grounds, we have a request by the Winthrop Middle School PTO for full court frenzy. And I believe that we can take all of these together. WHS Class 2026 Car Wash, the Parks and Rec Flag Football, and I'll do the other three separate. Can I have a motion for those three?
Motion? Second?
Motion by Mr. Puritan, second by Ms. Petrie. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes. Can I have a motion for the Winthrop Police Department for their team meeting training?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Petrie, second by Ms. Berry. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes. For the Greater Boston Track Club Twilight by the Sea Track Meet. Motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Petrie, second by Mr. Purinton. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes. Do we have a budget subcommittee report?
Yes, met last Wednesday in Lisa's office, just went over everything again. A little more information, not much, but still early and we're getting there. More meetings to come.
More meetings to come. Good to hear. Superintendent's report.
Yes, thank you. As you heard earlier, we moved the school improvement plans. That was part of my committee report. So we will be having the middle school, high school at our next meeting. And at the first April meeting, the Gorman, Fort Banks, and Arthur T. Cummings School will present their school improvement plans. The next meeting that we have, which is this month, on the 25th, I hope to be able to bring to you a draft 24-25 school calendar. We're working on putting that together now and getting the feedback from the principals and you know, including things like professional development days, parent-teacher conferences, and also in discussion about the time, start and end times, seeing if we are going to be changing any of those. That may not be solidified by the time we have the actual calendar, but for planning purposes, for families and vacations, we'd like to get it up as soon as we can. So look forward to having that at the next meeting, as well as the annual school choice vote. So every year, if you recall, we vote whether or not to accept school choice. We have to notify the Department of Education, I believe by the end of April, if not the beginning of May, whether or not we are a district that is opting in or out. If we do nothing, then we become an automatic school choice district, so it's something that stays on my calendar. I'll send out to the committee prior to that meeting just a link to the Department of Ed's website that talks about school choice in case you're not familiar with it. And if you want some feedback, you know, certainly reach out to me after you read that, but I'll be bringing that forward to the next meeting as well. Policy update, we talked about the budget subcommittee first, and now on policy. We haven't come before you with policy subcommittee meetings. We've finished section A and B. Before the next meeting on the 25th, we'd like to hold a subcommittee meeting to look at policies C and D and start to move that forward. We have to get all the way through N, I think it's M, to get through all of the policies so that at the end of this school year, we can take a vote. We've been voting them in form, and at the end of the school year, we'd like to be able to vote them all so that we can get those published on the MASC website, much more easily accessible for parents and community members to be able to just directly go on that website and look at all of our updated policies. Gorman Fort Banks update, the next parent network family night is March 21st, and that's from 6:30 to 7:30 at the Gorman Fort Banks. And the topic of discussion is going to be healthy eating, tips for healthy snacks, so that's always a good take-in. The PTO Parents Night Out, the trivia night, was a huge success. The PTO and the school district would like to thank the businesses and all the individuals that supported that event. With the assistance from the community, buying raffles and people donating for those raffles, PTO was able to raise $7,200. That goes directly to student enrichment activities. There was a big prize on there that I wish I won. It was a trip to Cancun. I did not win it, but a lucky member of the community did. So congratulations to that community member. And the next PTO meeting at the Gorman Fort Banks is going to be March 14th at 6:30 in the cafeteria. For the coming school on the 12th, Mrs. O'Leary would like me to remind parents that there's no after-school gym for the third grade, and no after-school gym for the school, and that's due to the third grade MCAS staff, all the grades, MCAS staff training. So that's out in their parent, weekly parent advisory, so she just would like a little reminder of that. Middle school, busy middle school this month. They have, as we talked about, their full court frenzy. That's a student versus staff basketball game. I may make an appearance in that. That's March 14th, and that is from 5:30 to 8 o'clock. For those who would like to come and watch, students, family members, et cetera, it's $5 a person. PTO will also have raffles at that particular event. Project 351, our student ambassador is Emanola Novak. She's doing Cradles to Crayons. If you haven't heard of that before, Google it. It's a pretty cool program. She's doing a clothing drive. Middle school has put that out on their website as well as the main website. That's running through March 15th. They'd like to do their best to get some more donations. So if anybody has new clothing or lightly used clothing, and if you have any questions about it, please contact the middle school and they can help you out. Second term ends on the 14th for the middle school, and report cards will be published in iStudent and iParent on the 22nd for middle school. Let's see. Some other things. Yearbooks are on sale at the middle school through May 1st, and Mr. Curley would like to remind parents for the 850th time to stay attention and pay attention to iParent, and please check that weekly and continue to communicate. We've seen a nice burst in communication from parents through iParent to students, teachers, and it's extremely helpful. High school, all grade 10 students will take ELA MCAS on March 26th, which is a Tuesday, and again on the 27th. That schedule is posted and sent out to parents, but it is posted on the high school website, so if you click on that website, there is a wealth of information. Final exams are taking place in June. Mr. Crombie is a little bit ahead of himself in announcing that they are June 6th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And he brought that up because he wanted me to remind the world that the last day of school is now June 12th, because we've had one rain day, and I'm branding, and it's a new brand for me. I call it a rain day, some people call it snow. So just a reminder to parents, and principals are going to also remind parents, just for calendar purposes, to make sure that they are aware of that. And at the high school, the quarter 2 honor roll for our list for students is, and quarter 2 students of the term is listed on the website. Really ramping that website up to make sure we're getting our parents as much information as we can. Athletics and extracurricular updates. I talked about it last year, but don't know if you remember it, but we worked with CASA to do trauma-informed workshops with all of our coaches and a cadre of student athletes. So we have this year's version, so it's a program that CASA partners with us on doing. The training is taking place, I believe it's tonight, for the staff. And there'll be 2 more, again, for the fall coaches and for the fall, and then the winter coaches for next year. It's really I have a flyer on it that I will provide to you so that you could see the details of exactly what they're doing with the coaches. But it's just another level of that social, emotional understanding of kids, and some updates on mental health and what to look for, and how to support students and how to teach students to support each other as a coach, and signs and what not to look for. So I certainly will email you all a copy of that, because it's pretty interesting work that is being done, and our kids are pretty proud of the work that they did with it as a kickoff last year, being mentors on their teams and sort of ambassadors for mental health on their own teams. As you know, our boys hockey advanced to the MIAA Final Four, and Saturday they played a heartbreaker against over Sherborne. They played it down in Bourne. They lost in a shootout after, I believe, Jim, it was three overtimes or 2?
2 overtimes.
2 overtimes in a shootout. I will keep my athletic mouth silent on what I think about shootouts in state tournaments as the mother of a goalie, as well as a team player. So I will stay silent on that. We'll let the MIAA figure out their systems moving forward. But our kids were heartbroken, They played hard, they played as a team, they made it really far. The next step they were gonna take, had they won, was to go to the Garden, which is probably the dream of any high school athlete you talk to. So just a shout out to the coaches and the student athletes, as well as the staff and the parents. We had lots of staff traveling to watch all of our kids in our tournaments, and certainly our drama kids in the MTEG Festival. I might have that wrong. You know, just a shout out to them for their perseverance and the support of these people. It's really hard when you lose. I could not attend in Bourne. I had a family obligation, but was watching it on my phone and annoying probably the majority of my relatives. And it was certainly a nail biter. Just a tough game to watch the kids lose getting so close. So shout out to all the folks who supported our students in all of the tournaments, as well as our drama students in the work that they had done. Public relations, I'll try not to repeat myself, but let's go with the middle school Elk Students of the Month for February. Grade 6 is Michaela Conley and Pedro Estevan. Grade 7, Joey Spinelli and Rains Senna. And grade 8, Mia Tufu and Lydia Luale. And talking about our extracurricular and athletes, on Saturday, the Winthrop High School Drama performed at Framingham High School during the METG Drama Fest semifinal. Although they didn't move on, once again, you know, super proud of their performance, their accomplishments, and all the people who supported them, as well as the staff. The class of 2026 is building a pot of gold, St. Patrick's Day 50-50 raffle. It's $5 a chance, 20 for 5. The winner is going to be drawn on March 17th, and if you would like to check that out, you could go on the school's website, and they have a Venmo that you can enter for that. The high school PTC club is raffling St. Patrick's Day scratch tickets with a wreath with $200 worth of scratch tickets, again on the school's website if you'd like to partake in that. Class of 2026 is super busy, and they're doing an Egg My Card, not Egg My Car, but C-A-R-D. Wake up Easter morning with a yard full of eggs. If you order it by the 25th, the delivery date will be Saturday, March 30th. You can contact Kristen Bonapani, who is the head of the PTO, and that is on the website, but it's Kristen with a K, Kristen .Bonapani, which is BUONOPANE @gmail.com. And if you can't remember that, you can call the high school and ask for that information. The class of 2024, our senior class, is doing a 20% night at Hong Kong Dragon on March 23rd, which is a Saturday, between 4 and 8. 20% of all dine-in and dine-out takeout is receiving that benefit. They'll also have a 50-50 split the pot while they're there. They're also hosting an Easter bake sale, Saturday the 30th, from 10 to 12 at Michael's Mall. And one new item, the first annual Heart and Soul Bake Sale to benefit Miss G. That's Ms. Gallagher, is for the Memorial Washington DC, the Miss G Memorial Washington DC Scholarship Fund. So they're holding a Heart and Soul Bake Sale on April 7th, which is coming up, from 9 to 1 outside St. Michael's the Archangel Parish. All donations are welcome. You don't have to buy food. You can make an actual donation if you'd like, to either Kathy Hubert or Ellen Baxter. And if you need information on how to contact those two people, please call the middle school and let them know that you're interested in making a donation to the Heart and Soul crew to help fund any students in need for the Washington DC trip.
Fantastic, thank you. Do we have any homeschool applications? Appointments, resignations, retirements, postings, or leave of absence?
So we do have retirements, and I am going to recommend to the committee to table a vote on the sick leave buyback, which is usual and customary to come with people's retirements. I have a meeting scheduled with the teachers' union on Wednesday, with the president of the president of the teachers' union on Thursday. There's some question relative to timing, and we need to have a conversation about that prior. So I would recommend that you table this till the next meeting, if you don't mind.
We can do that. Any,
No postings, no leaves of absence.
okay, under new business, I have a vote to approve an additional half-day for the 23-24 school year.
And that is just for elementary.
May I have a motion to approve that additional half-day?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Purinton, second by Ms. Petrie. Any discussion?
Yes, what is the half-day for?
The half-day is for professional development for teachers prior to next school year, so that they can take a look at the new curriculum for ELA and reading, which they have been working on picking a curriculum for quite a few months now. They have not yet landed as of today on the curriculum. We're concerned about the time frame between now and the end of the school year to be able to get the curriculum in front of people and give them some direction on how to work on that between now and the time school starts next year. As in, the opposite would be asking them to do that without some real good direction and explanation,
Yeah.
which I'm sure they would all do, but we just felt strongly that if we could have them in front of us for a few hours on a half-day, that we could really, roll out the curriculum with good explanation, be able to take some feedback in real time, and then be able to pregame if there are additional things that the folks will need over the summer in terms of getting up to speed with the curriculum.
Did you set a date yet, or no? Just-
Yes, I think it's in that, I think it's, yeah, so I believe I put June 5th on the note, and we'll make sure we notify parents once it's been approved, so that they're aware, because it won't be on the calendar, so we'll kind of flood people with that information so that they're reminded. And when the curriculum is chosen by the staff, we will come back and make sure that the school committee is well aware of the curriculum, give you an opportunity to see that curriculum. This has been a process that's gone on for quite some time. ESSER funds the remainder of the ESSER funds are being used to purchase this curriculum that will last us, again, good use of that money, a curriculum that's gonna last us for a few years. I have to applaud the teachers. There's been a large team of teachers that have been looking at this curriculum with the direction of some of our reading specialists and other folks in the district, really vetting it out and seeing what works best for our kids based on our kids' current data. There are lots of different programs out there. Department of Education has a system called Curate, which does recommend different curriculum platforms for schools in many different areas, and for us, the focus is ELA and reading at this point. And the work starts with recognizing where is it that our kids are doing very well, where is it that we see a great need for our kids, and then cross-referencing those curriculums to see which one offers us the largest opportunity to reach the most students that we have. And it can come down to, right now, we're down to 2. I think we started off with 5. And the teachers have spent a tremendous amount of time, a lot of their own time off work hours, preparing and reviewing, and then coming together in each building and really having cross conversations about their thoughts on the curriculum, and giving everybody feedback and input so we can get people to make a decision as a whole, which typically makes it run much smoother when everybody has had input and collaborated on making that decision, and it's not just, we decided this month we're gonna go with this curriculum and now you're gonna use it. The buy-in has been tremendous from the staff.
I would ask that prior to finalizing that decision, that can go to the curriculum subcommittee,
Okay.
so that they can review that.
And so this would be something that's consistent 1 through 5, K to 5. And June will give us still ample time to have materials in place for the beginning of the school year.
Yeah, our goal would be to have the materials and everything in place before teachers leave.
Right.
So
And
the
you're gonna
5th would be
able
the
to do
day
that
for
in June?
PD, huh?
In the middle of June, you're gonna be able to do that?
My goal.
Yeah.
It goes to a curriculum subcommittee meeting, it's, I
Well,
don't know.
they
how much
had,
time
they have, I believe, they had a meeting today with this afternoon with one of the reps from one of their final two choices, and on the 25th, they're meeting with the other representatives. So I think that they'll have a decision by the end of this month.
And a
So then we'd
cost
be able to
relatively
hopefully-
the same with either one? Cost relatively the same with either curriculum?
I don't even know yet, to be honest with you, because I'm kind of letting the teachers drive the bus on this and the administrators, because the administrators from both the ATC and the GFB have been working with them. And I didn't want that to, you know, be a factor in their decision. I want them to decide what they want, so, I think one will be less, because it's more of an open source, resource, and so you don't have to buy as much of the materials. But I'm not really sure which way they're gonna go with it yet. But we did put the funding in ESSER three from the very beginning for this purpose, so, if it is the lesser of the two, then we'll be
Having
quickly,
to make an amendment.
well, quickly looking at what other curriculum needs are needed that we could maybe get ahead of before the start of school year. or
This
something.
is all consumable, stuff that we'd have to order every year, correct?
For the most part, not all, I mean, teachers' manuals and some of the classroom decodables and those things you don't have to order, but if they're student workbooks and things like that, then you would. Yeah.
Any other questions? Motion on the table to approve the half-day. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes. Any unfinished business? Any public relations other than what's been said already? All right, seeing none, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Berry, second by Ms. Petrie. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes, meeting is adjourned.
It's like an